My name is Richard Cosgrove and I am a retired golf professional. I used to work in Holland and I taught at the time the boom started over there in golf, maybe 15 years ago. Three of the pupils that I used to teach have since gone on to become successful golf professionals. And with the help of my daughter, the adorable girly cupcake on camera, I've decided to come out of retirement to teach you how to play golf easy, simply, and to the best of your own ability. The biggest misconception about golf is that people think it's a game of power. Yes, what you're actually trying to do is you're actually trying to generate power, but no, you're not going to try and use the power yourself or generate it using your own personal power. Quick example, my dog goes mental for this ball and I can throw the ball a long way. The fact is, I'm not using a lot of power, but what you can see is there's a lot of speed that's coming out of the ball. That's actually simple science, centrifugal force. That's all it is. Now with the help of the golf equipment, we try and generate the power of a circle to generate the power to get the ball going a long way with the minimum amount of effort. So if we start off with a simple set of golf clubs, normally whether you're a beginner and you borrow them from somebody or you go to the shop and you purchase your first ever set, it tends to look a little bit like that. Okay? Now bearing in mind that power of the circle, this is the most important part of it with what's called the irons. Normally in a simple set you'll get 9 irons. The numbers will start at number 3, which is the longest, and they go through to number 11, which is the shortest. So the idea then of the circle, because the clubs become longer, the circle that you'll create will become bigger, which means these ones will go further. So the lower the number, the further the ball will go. So out of these set here, the number 3 goes the furthest. Number 11 will go the shortest. The only difference that you get as well is that number 10 and 11 have different names. One will have a P on it, which is called pitching wedge, and the other will have an S on it, which is called sand wedge. 3 to sand wedge. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, pitching wedge, sand wedge. So now we know the difference in the length of the clubs. The way it works in golf is you try and keep the same movement every single time. So if I have a short club and I make the circle, obviously the speed's slower and the ball doesn't go as far. Like a sand wedge or a 9-iron. If I take that down to the 4s and the 3 irons and do the same movement, obviously there's a lot more speed then generated, and that's the simple fact of centrifugal force. So, now I've explained to you the length of the golf clubs, there's also a second difference on the golf clubs as well. Out of this set here, I've just removed some of the irons for you. I've kept the 3, got rid of the 4, kept the 5, got rid of the 6, kept the 7, got rid of the 8, kept the 9, got rid of the 10, or the pitching wedge, and kept the 11, which is the sand wedge. What you can see from there is obviously now easier to see the length difference, but also if you take a look down along the bottom, you can also see that the angles of the clubs are different. The angle is known as the loft of the golf club. So the 3, yes it will go the furthest, but because it has the straighter angle, or the straighter face they say, it will also go the lowest, which also means in effect, out of this set, that is the most difficult club to use. If you go along to the sand wedge is the shortest club, but the shortest club has the biggest loft, or the biggest angle, which therefore then makes it a lot easier to use than the other clubs. Now I've explained to you the story of the irons, what you'll also find is there are other clubs that you'll find in your golf bag. These two, for instance, fully enough, are actually called woods, even though not made of wood anymore. Years ago they were, but now you'll find that they're made of all the latest metals, titaniums, and it's all to do with lightness, more speed, more distance. As you can see, these two here, I have a 1 wood and a 3 wood. They've also been given names. That's also the driver, known as a driver. As you can see, the woods are considerably longer than the irons, which really tells you the story straight away is it was going to go a lot further than any of the other clubs that you see in the golf bag. They are the most fun to hit, but the hardest thing is, the second thing you'll see is the loft of the golf club is the least loft. If you take a look at that one itself, you can see that's pretty much nearly straight. This golf club has 8.5 degrees loft, and therefore it's extremely difficult to use. final club that you find in the bag is most probably the most well known. If you've done crazy golf in your life, or midget golf, you'll find it's known as the putter. And this is where you finish off on the greens to get the ball into the hole. So there you have it. That's all the equipment explained, from the irons to the woods to the putter. Okay, we're not quite ready to start making a golf swing yet. Before we make a golf swing, we have to actually do a few more fundamentals before it's possible and for us to achieve the maximum power that we need when it comes to hitting a golf ball. It's the same as driving a car. You can't drive a car without getting into the car first and without putting the key in the ignition. Well, in golf it's exactly the same. Our fundamentals, they're named quite simply: aim, how to direct the golf club; grip, how to hold the golf club correctly; ball position, where do you put the ball in relation to your feet; stance and body alignment is the direction of your shoulders, your hips and your knees; posture, that's the position of the body in relation to the ball; and then it comes the swing. The idea of these videos is just to make them a couple of minutes long, so you can go back over them each time and have a look and just refresh yourself with what's needed, so you can learn these basics. These are the most important part of the whole process before you even consider making a golf swing. I hope you enjoy them, and as I said, with the help of my daughter, the Adorable Girly Cupcake on camera, I'm sure you'll find it's easy in a couple of steps to learn how to play golf.